Bank. What's your decision?
Match of the day yesterday was out at Victoria Park, and the umpires in charge were Ian Robinson and John Sutcliffe, and we welcome the World of Sport today, John Sutcliffe. And John, I guess after the wet games we've had and the heavy grounds, yesterday's match would have been perhaps a little bit easier to umpire?
Oh, it wasn't an easy one. All Collingwood Carlton games are hard, but and this was one of the harder ones.
First half, a lot of negative football played, I thought.
Oh yes, I think the tackling is so good these days that they're smothering the ball so well, and it seemed a negative game. They weren't breaking clear. I'm
glad you mentioned the smothering, which has crept into football in the last 3 or 4 years. Ron Barassi mentioned last Sunday that he was in favour of this kicking in danger rule being, well, eliminated in some respects. How do you see the smothering and the kicking in danger rule? Would that open it up again if that were permitted?
Oh, I think we should only pay a free kick if the player kicking at the ball endangers the players around him. I think they should be entitled to kick it off the ground.
And smothering?
Oh, well, smothering's part of the game, and it's just that I think that part of the game has improved so much.
Does that worry you that quite often when a smother occurs you have to ball it up?
Well, that's right. That happened yesterday. I think there were about 5 attempts to kick at one stage and 5 smothers, and it ends up in a ball up, which doesn't make the game look so good.
I'm glad you said that. Right, well, let's take a look at our decisions from yesterday's match at Victoria Park with comments today from John Sutcliffe.
Up here now by
Here's the first one.
Takes it away from his opponent very easily. Down there towards the full forward position, but McConville gets up high.
McConville, the player concerned, was it, John?
Talking about before, no doubt Collingwood's best player, and
was he interfered with?
Well,
that's his 10th kick.
I played a free kick to Collingwood, but I'm glad if I know why I gave that one. So my apologies to Peter McConville there.
I wonder if we could take a look at that again, perhaps, because we don't actually see McConville on screen for that long, but it would be very interesting to see it again because he didn't seem to get into the back of his opponent. Here it is again. Let's just watch it closely once more.
I think at the time I must have thought he went too early, but I think his eyes were on the ball, his hands were at the ball, unless he's... no, I don't think there's certainly no free kick there.
Well, nice to see umpires admitting that they're not always right all the time. OK, we'll take this break and be back for another What's Your Decision in just a moment.
There's a lot of great attractions for Australians to see in London. There's one special attraction for Victorians, the State Bank London office. They'll help you work out your money. They'll look after your mail and even advise you on the best attractions to see. And if you use overseas State Bank card and Thomas Cook's Travellers cheques, you don't need to worry about carrying much cash.
No risk, sir?
Hello, hello, hello.
Let's take a look at our second decision now with John Sutcliffe on What's Your Decision.
Not too far out though, it's on the point of the square. Goal. Very hefty collision out there. Tony Shaw loses the ball. Goal.
Well, a holding the man or holding the ball situation.
No, this was a ball up because the tackler, I think was Andrew Smith from Collingwood, tackling Bruce Doull. His hands are holding the ball to Doull's chest, and Doull had no chance to get rid of the ball in the correct. He was trying to, but he couldn't do it because the ball was held to him.
I think that was a pretty straightforward one, but one of those decisions that you have to make on the spur of the moment, John.
Well, that's right.
Ambitions for the finals?
Oh, I'll just take it as it comes.
All right. You haven't been talking to any coaches at half-time, have you?
Oh, no.
John, we've got a bottle of Thomas Hardy Grand Reserve champagne, also the Aladdin vacuum flask. You can't beat that. And from the portafile from Wilcox, they're really great to keep your reports in there when you knock a player off. You've also got your Christian Dior tie from Peter G's. The Europe food bars, you can't beat that, and the Ballantyne's cheese. Of course, they do get a few players now and again with that little book, don't they?
I'll tell you what, they had 15 yesterday. You'll need a file like that.
15 reported yesterday?
15 reports lodged.
Lodged?
Yes, 15 reports. Not players, 15 reports. Busy night tomorrow night. Brian O'Shaughnessy will excel himself, I think. John Sutcliffe on What's Your Decision?
What's Your Decision was